Finalizing Cars crew was cracking. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the channel. First of all, let's talk about this brand new intro that I just played for y'all that I put together. Let me know what y'all think. Comment down below. Give me a big thumbs up if you like it. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you smash that sub button. Also, peep the new logo and merch. What you think? Comment down below what you think of the new merch as well. This is the new logo going forward. This will be on just about everything. Yeah, like I said, comment down below if you copping or you dropping. Let me know when I should drop it if y'all want to cop these hoodies right here. And I also got many more on the way, different styles and stuff. So stay tuned for more fire merch. Now, obviously a little bit of a weird scene here. I am in the car. Some technical difficulties today, so it's not dropping at noon today either. So I apologize, but we are still getting this out today. I am filming and editing this today, so be thankful. Now, let's talk cars. As you can tell from the name of today's vlog, we are going over my 5-month-long experience with auto lenders and what actually happened to the BMW X6M, because y'all are curious and y'all really want to know. So here it is. So auto lenders, if you're not familiar, is a local to me in New Jersey and PA car dealership that offers a no haggle shopping experience similar to Vroom, CarMax, Carvana, just naming a few. So basically what that means is the prices are what they are, and there's no haggling back and forth like a typical trip to the dealership where they're going over numbers for hours, or you got to threaten to like do the fake walkout, hoping the sales manager comes like running out to save your ass and hopefully save the sale and offer you all this crazy shit and money off and free warranties for 10 years and all that stuff. None of that. So depending on the vehicle, some of those permanent prices that they offer, since there is no haggling, is actually a great deal. It definitely varies by vehicle. So others are overpriced where others are steals. They also have one other very important perk that I'm going to mention shortly, but let me start from the beginning of where this all started, and we'll go from there. So in July of 21, I purchased my 14 E71 X6M. That no haggle experience was actually very comfortable, because nobody actually likes doing that back and forth shit. And I actually felt like the vehicle was well priced, and that I was getting a decent deal. So that was also my 4th car in like 6 months at that point. So it was really refreshing for me personally not to have to go back and forth and arguing about the car's value. And that's a whole nother video that's actually coming up in the next couple weeks, so definitely stay tuned for that. So experience was cool. I bring the car home, everything is great. If you're not familiar with those, E71 X6Ms is a 555 horsepower BMW SUV. It is a blast to drive, definitely a sleeper. You can spank a few of those fast cars on the road that are not expecting this SUV to take off like that. So about 2 weeks or so go by, and I am someone, if you're not, if you haven't been following me on Instagram or you're not familiar with who I am yet, I'm never satisfied and I always want more. So I hit up my guy over at Igor's, and if you've been subscribed to the channel so far or follow me on Instagram, you know exactly who Igor is. And if you're new to the channel, you're going to see a lot of him going forward. He does amazing work, and he's a great guy. He owns a garage, and he does all my work. Anyway, I hit him up, and I tell him I want to go stage 2 on the X6M. He gets me set up right away, and boom, by week 3 of having the vehicle, I'm tuned to stage 2. Added roughly 100 horsepower, stage 2 ECU, catless downpipes, and a few other little things to cooperate in the process. Now, hasn't even been 30 days yet. Obviously, we're in the week 3. And one day I'm doing some pulls down the highway, and I'm actually going to take an exit, going slow, maybe about 30 miles per hour. And I hear it pop come from the engine. Never good. I had about another 5-minute drive home. There was no knocking, no rattling, everything seemed to be fine except that one-time pop, and there was nothing after that. So I got home and I wasn't sweating it. I wasn't sweating it, to be honest with you. I thought everything was Gucci. I thought we were fine. I had dinner with the family. 2 hours later, I go to leave the house. I'm driving for about 5 minutes, and the engine starts knocking. Something's definitely wrong. I pull over on the highway. I call my friends over at Twins Towing and Transport. Get with them if you have any towing needs whatsoever. They're phenomenal. I get it towed right to Igor's for him to check it out. The following day, because it was like 11 p.m. at this point, as I was heading home. So I go to see Igor the next day, that Saturday I think it was, and he tells me the bad news: the engine is fucked. So he said either A, I could fix the part that's broken, and it would be a temporary fix. It would not actually solve the problem. It'd be a band-aid just to sell it, basically, and make it the next guy's problem. Or B, contact auto lenders, see if they have some sort of warranty that I'm not aware of, and or some sort of like buyback scenario, since it is still within the first 30 days of having this vehicle. It turns out they guarantee your engine for the full length of ownership. The majority of auto lenders' cars come with their lifetime engine guarantee. Not every one of their cars, but if you're on their website, it is labeled which car has it and which car does not. So if you're shopping there, be careful, look for that. But basically that means if anything goes wrong with your engine, they are liable to fix or replace that engine at no cost to you. So I call auto lenders that day to tell them everything that had happened and go over options. Now, I had bought about $4,000, maybe more, worth of other upgrades on top of paying for the tune. So this was additional items. So my goal was to have them fix the car, fix the X6M, and have me get it back so that I didn't need to possibly eat all this cost due to return exchanges or even trying to just sell all the items. So I did have a similar situation with CarMax in the past, and if you follow me on Instagram, you know about this, where they were able to buy back my vehicle, unwind the original deal entirely as if it had never happened. So to me, that was an option with auto lenders, if need be. Worst case scenario, because like I said, I wanted the car back. But apparently, auto lenders, in their terms and conditions, they will only replace the vehicle if they can't fix the engine with something in their nationwide inventory. So I had to get the car towed to auto lenders. Before I did that, we detuned the car back to stock ECU, put the cats back on and everything, just in case it affected any sort of engine warranty that they were going to try and play me on. So auto lenders gets it back. They had it from September of 21 till January of 22. That's right, 140 days to be exact, almost 5 full straight months. It takes them 3 weeks just to diagnose the car. Now, this was the same location that sold me the car. I brought the car back they wanted it back to the same location to do the work. So the whole time I'm calling this location literally every single day, asking for an update. I was that guy because Igor did this in literally less than 24 hours. He told me exactly what was wrong and how to go about fixing it. So I'm calling every single day to get an update on this car because it is now almost a month without any decision whatsoever. They have given me no answers as to what they want to do, how they want to go about fixing this issue. I literally didn't have a car to use. I had to borrow my father's vehicle for a majority of that month, calling them every single day until I gave up and called their corporate office because I got tired of dealing with the location's manager, who was helpless to say the least. Corporate finally was nice enough to decide to give me a loaner vehicle now a month in with nothing. They left me stranded. So after a month of arguing, they gave me the loaner vehicle. So now We're on month 2. They first tried to diagnose and fix that part, like Igor had mentioned as option A, and I said absolutely not, because I don't plan on selling it, and it's just a temporary fix. If you can actually get the entire engine fixed or replaced, that is what I want to do. So they said, no worries, we'll just replace it for you. We're going to start searching for an engine. Well, that took another month just to find one, because apparently it's a rare model. We're 2 months in now, and we wait 2 full weeks for the first engine to arrive. Wouldn't you know it, somehow they ordered the wrong engine. Now, a few of you I've already told about this, and you all, of course, asked the same exact question. How do you order the wrong engine, you ask? I don't fucking know. I have no idea how you order the wrong engine for a car. Seems pretty obvious as to what you're supposed to do there. I'm no car expert myself. I just drive. I'm lost for words. I don't know. So after a week of them, auto lenders, arguing with the company that they had bought that engine from, they were able to confirm that they, in fact, had a replacement engine that would correctly fit the vehicle. So we expedite shipping on a second engine. Takes about another week to come in. It arrives, and guess what? Another wrong engine. I was so angry already up until this point because they've ordered the one wrong engine, and now I'm being told a second wrong engine. And I'm just still waiting without a car at this point in my shitty loaner that they gave me. So I continue to call them and stop playing Mr. Nice Guy and just threatening with lawsuits and lawyers. Like, listen, I need answers. You guys have had this car for months now, and nothing has gotten done. Not a single thing has gotten done. So they were sure to say sorry 1,000 times. We're gonna make this right for you, Blake. We found the right one. We finally found the right engine. We're gonna order it and get it in overnighted, so there's no more wait time. Of course, it wasn't overnighted like it was supposed to. There was a shipping delay. It took almost 4 days for that one to come in, and I can't make this up. It was another wrong engine. The third wrong ordered engine. So they fucked this up 3 times now. And at this point, we're now into month 3. And they've given up on their warranty and are no longer trying to replace my engine. They said 3 was their limit. They no longer want to try to order another engine. They're just going to, they've offered to now exchange my vehicle for something in their inventory, like I mentioned earlier. So they offered me this option. I said, well, I guess it's my only option. So I gave him a very specific list of maybe 10 to 15 cars tops, down to the year, down to the mileage, that I was looking for and that would actually be acceptable for me. So they got their salesman on top of it. They got people on the West Coast, people on the East Coast that go to their auctions, finding cars that weren't even hitting the lot for me yet so that they could literally buy it just to sell to me. I mean, it was cool. And if they had gone off my list, then maybe we have worked something out. And after 2 weeks of searching, another 2 weeks gone of searching, they could not find a single thing that was an all-wheel drive SUV, even close to 555 horsepower, that would even touch my X6M. In fact, he was just offering me cars that wasn't even on my list. I was like, I literally gave you 10 cars to go off of. You're not offering me a single one. So let's just pump the brakes on maybe doing that. Let's think of something else. So now they're giving up on finding me another vehicle, and they offer me the opportunity for them to, for auto lenders to deliver my car to a gentleman in New Jersey, which was about 30 minutes from the auto lender's location, that specializes in German engineering, and apparently specializes in rebuilding engines as well. They said, listen, this is our only option left. We're going to pay this guy, they were telling me like 10 grand to rebuild the lower half of this engine that was actually needed to properly fix this engine problem, not just a small part that was actually damaged. So I said, well, again, you're literally giving me no other choice. I still don't have my car back, so I guess that's what we'll do. I actually called the shop myself, and he said the turnaround time on this engine rebuild is anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks. So we're now at the end of month 4, and the car is finally returned to auto lenders. After rebuilding the engine, they need time to break in the new engine properly, which needs to be driven under 4,000 RPMs for at least 500 miles, which took them about another 1.5, 2 weeks to do. Now, at the beginning of month 5, I get the call. The Beamer is finally done. Now, I listened to Igor, of all people, because he actually knows his shit, and he told me to big tow it all the way home and bring it right to him to inspect the work, just to make sure everything's done correctly. I picked it up on a Friday. I had to take it home that night. So that Saturday morning, I bring it to Igor's. He checks it out. He says, from what he can see, it looks good, without taking the whole engine apart to actually see the parts. Because the only real way to find out for sure now is that I'm going to drive it and see what happens. So from that Saturday that I had driven it to Igor's till I heard back from auto lenders, which was that following Wednesday, for a follow-up call, the check engine light had come on at least once per day, every one of the days that week. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning of that week, the engine light had come on at least once during that time period. Or during that day, excuse me. Every single one of those days. So that follow-up call with auto lenders was supposed to be a good call, where they were talking about giving me my money back for the last 4.5 months of paying my car note for a car that I never had possession of. But that's definitely not how that call went. I told the guy, listen, if I give this car back to you, I won't have a car again until 2023, and that's not happening. So I think at this point we can agree that we're out of options. You guys are just gonna buy back the car, buy back the X6M, and we will shake hands and we will go about our days. And just to be clear, and I did tell them this, that they had never lost me as a customer, even through all the bullshit that they had just put me through. It's just that they never had anything in their inventory that was close or that I liked, that I was willing to purchase, and I definitely wasn't going to settle on something just because I needed a car, just to waste my money on. So, now, as I mentioned earlier, my CarMax experience deal, they unwound the entire deal as if it never happened. However, auto lenders had led me to believe that's exactly what they were going to do. However, auto lenders was only willing to buy back my remaining balance on the loan, not the original price point that I had paid for it. And if you guys watched my first video, you would see how excited I was to get this car back, because I had so many plans for it. Like I said, I had all these upgrades. I was tuning it. And just to find out that it was still broken when I got it back, I was heartbroken, man. I had just spent all this time and money investing in this vehicle, and if you've ever built a vehicle, which a lot of people, or a lot of you guys that follow me have done or are doing now, then you understand, you know, what happens when you invest into your car and God forbid you get into an accident or just something like this happens and it's gone. It's just gone. So now I'm stuck with all these upgrades as we speak. I got a few $1,000s and stuff at home that I have to try to sell. So if you're watching this and you have an E71 X6 or X5, I have some upgraded 22-inch wheels and some H&R low-wing springs. And they are still brand new in the boxes. I have tires for the wheels as well. Also untouched, never mounted, all for sale. Shoot me an offer. They're also posted on my Instagram at ConstantCars, constant_cars with a Z, the same exact way my the YouTube channel is spelled. Go check them out if you're interested. And not only that, but they were not willing to then compensate me a dime for those 4, almost 5 months of payments. That was a little over $3,000. But at this point, when I had gone to the location to sign my paperwork, it had just felt much better to get it out of my hands, finally get the car back to them. I didn't really give a shit at that point. I was just so frustrated with the whole experience. At the end of it, I was just ready to hand it back, and I was done fighting with them. I had nothing left in me to fight with them. And for everyone that has been following me on Instagram, then you have been following me through this journey. So I appreciate all of you guys for sticking by me this whole time, and not being able to go out to any meets or make content for you guys with my own cars and my own builds. Things were pretty slow for a while content-wise. So again, I appreciate you guys that are still here, that are still fans, that are still willing to watch and share my content. I'm nothing without you guys, but we are finally back up and running. And if you haven't yet watched my vlog from last week of me taking delivery of my new vehicle that I'm in right now, that Audi S7, again, I am super raw at these edits, so bear with me as I continue to perfect my craft, but they're only getting better each week. So definitely tune in to last week's vlog. Be prepared for plenty of fire content coming your way, guys. Sorry for the long lecture today. If you guys made it to this point, I appreciate you as always. Be safe out there, and no pun intended, see you next Tuesday. Deuces.